Hey, look, I did it. Tristan.
Oh, what's going on, guys? I'm Tristan.
And I'm Adrian. We are Utmost Hip Hop.
Today, we're going to be reviewing all of NF's albums.
Let's get started.
Ain't that what you always do? I feel like every time I talk to you, you're in an awful mood. What else can I offer you? There's nothing left right now, give it all to you. On the edge right now, I wish that I could say I'm proud. I'm sorry that I let you down.
Yeah, so in the first album, Moments, NF in this album,
Hold on.
What the?
Saw that?
Ah, there we go. Yeah, get away. Anyways, in all seriousness, I feel like there's an obviously Eminem influence on there. I feel like that's something I can't really get over. The fact that he has such a heavy Eminem, I want to say accent to it, almost like the recovery era Eminem kind of deal. What do you feel about that?
Excuse me. Honestly, he's okay. So when I never heard this guy before until you brought him up to me. I had no idea who he was. So I was all right. Let me start with his first album, see what's up. His first album it was just like a dude doing an Eminem impression. It was just straight Eminem. Oh, it was his first album, Moments. It just sounded like an old school, like Eminem's, first album. It was just the same, yeah, whatever. It wasn't even like, okay,
Like
this
Infinite?
no,
You're
well,
talking
okay, like this, what is it, the Slim Shady LP?
You think it sounds like older Eminem? I think it was more of like the recovery kind of Eminem sounding personally.
He sounds like Eminem. Regardless, the dude sounds like Eminem. When I first heard the album Moments, it came out 2010.
Like so many people, they'll say like Hopsin sounds like Eminem, and I was never like on that bandwagon. I was never, like,
Hopsin has an Eminem flow. Okay, that's one thing. It's one thing to be like influenced by an artist. Okay, a lot of rap guys are influenced by other guys. They obviously grew up listening to the music. They get influenced.
Well, how would you?
That's fine.
How would you compare?
I have no problem with that.
How would you compare this to what's that guy that sounded like Ghostface?
Oh yeah,
Action Bronson. How would you compare those two?
yeah. Okay, so that's one thing that I thought of.
Actually,
Bronson.
I just thought of it actually.
Well, okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to take credit for my work. Okay.
Bronson. He's got similar sound, I would say. His voice, some of his delivery, it's similar. But Bronson, he's got his own style regardless. He's just influenced, but he's got his own style. NF, not only does he sound like him, not only does he have the same flow, he uses the same
aggression too.
Same aggression, the same words, the same gimmicks of, oh, I'm a crazy dude. Same.
I mean, he still does that, honestly, which I think he just should just completely throw out.
Exactly. Same. There's just too many similarities, and it's almost like he's doing an Eminem impression.
That's why I can't get it over it as much as like I don't really care about Action Bronson and his Ghostface kind of similarities.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because I didn't grow up on Wu-Tang. I grew up on Eminem. That's what I listened to through middle school, high school. That's what I grew up on. For someone just to have the exact same sound to him without the Eminem personality just is a total turn off.
Right. It is a turn off. It's distracting. With Action Bronson, you can get past it. You can get past he's got a similar sound. You can get past that pretty quickly. Just like was it Your Old Droog sounds a lot like what's that guy?
I don't even know who. Droog?
Your Old Droog.
Your Old Droog? Who's that?
He's like the new Droog, but he's the old one.
What?
Your Old Droog.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is?
No. Who's he signed to?
He's signed to Shady Records. I don't know who he's signed to. Your Old Droog. You don't know who that is?
Oh, I have no idea who that is.
Play it on YouTube while I eat this Hot Pocket. Welcome to the Hot Pocket channel.
Hot
24
Pocket, you know?
hours.
Each episode we try a different type of hot pocket.
Yeah.
Your old Droog
Mm-hmm.
recommended song or just anything?
Whatever.
Bangladesh.
Tell me who this guy sounds like.
Okay.
Bangladesh, at 16 my slang was fresh. I would not tire, spitting hot fire in a sesh. Or on the voicemail like John Tesh. Couldn't see me in the flesh. Y'all better off silent like the pest. You know my stilo, tranquilo. Since Jordan made the shot on Elo.
Doesn't that sound like the game?
Slightly, but who else?
See me in the flesh. Y'all better off silent like the pest. You know my stilo, tranquilo. Since Jordan
All I
made
hear is the game.
Nas.
Oh, he
Nas.
does.
That's Nas.
It ain't hard to tell. I excel. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. You're
So
right.
okay, so your old Droog, Nas, Action Bronson, Ghostface, whatever. You can get past it because the style is not. It's not so similar. It's just like, okay, I can see some similarities. I can see he was influenced by whatever Ghostface or Nas. That's fine. Influence is fine, but when you're straight up biting someone's style, biting their attitude, biting just everything that they do, you're doing an impression of them. I feel like
that's pretty
NF
much. I completely agree. With you
NF
there.
is doing an Eminem impression. That's all. That's all it is. It's what I heard in the first album, the second album, was the third album. So the first album, Moments. Then we got this. Well, he had an EP just called NF, and then which was after Mansion. Mansion was the second album. Therapy Session was the third album. Just straight Eminem. The fourth album, which was
You think it's straight Eminem and not Haunted, Mansion, and Therapy Session?
I think so
I think
too.
I think it was small in Mansion, and then Therapy Session. It was completely gone. It was all his style. But
No.
we'll get to those albums after. What do you think of songs like? Because I think this is like a song that was like a kind of really different with like I'm Gonna Fly. Like that's a song I really enjoyed on the album. That was like the one bright spot for me.
Which song?
I'm Gonna Fly.
What album is that on?
The Moments.
Moments.
I'm gonna fly, forget about the tears in my eyes, and for a moment leave it all behind me. I'm gonna fly, yeah, I'm gonna fly. This is my moment, so I'ma do my best to control it. I feel like I'm walking through a door that has never been open. What's on the other side? I don't have a clue where I'm going. To be honest, I could care less if anyone knows it. I put on a smile, put both of my feet through the door. All of a sudden, I don't feel the pain anymore.
It's Eminem.
I mean, I know obviously it still does have the Eminem influence, but I just feel like the vibe to it is just so overwhelmingly good and like so happy that it just like overpowers, and that's why I love it so much. I was like, that song,
But it's still
The vibe
it's still Eminem.
it is still Eminem, but I can get past it because of the vibe that's there. That makes it different from anything Eminem puts out.
Okay. I mean, I kind of
I mean,
have
it's the one bright spot. Honestly, this album, it's a garbage album. Let's just be honest.
right. And I'm not. The thing I don't like about NF is not that his first albums weren't that great. It's just that he sounds a lot like Eminem. He's slowly progressing away from that, which we can hear. The last album, Perception, a lot less Eminem, but still there is still Eminem in there. And not only is there Eminem in there,
I don't think it's in there at all.
oh, it's in there.
Okay. On the contrary, like
Yeah, it's in there.
that's what you think. Like,
No, it is. It is in there. But not only does he still have moments and just flows that are too similar like Eminem, but his new style, it's still this new style he's developing. It's a style that came out 10 years ago. I feel like he's always 10 years behind. Like he's
still referring to Moments.
no. Okay, Moments was 10 years behind because it sounded like an old Eminem album.
I feel like that sounded like Eminem during the time it came out. I think it came out in like 2010 and
Okay, it
wasn't
could be.
recovering in 29.
Could be.
That's where I see the biggest similarities,
Could be.
especially with the attitude.
But
with it.
perception, he's coming out with with the style that you hear that's been out, the more popular or the most popular rap style that is out right now, which is like a Drake or like whatever. It's nothing unique. It's been done. It's you can turn on the radio and hear 50 guys with that same style. It's
Well,
the
we'll
same.
get to his perception style when we reach the album, but like obviously we can both agree that Moments wasn't a great album. It's
No,
you wouldn't listen to
it
it
wasn't
twice.
it wasn't a great album, but it was it was something that's like, okay, this guy could rap.
Yeah, he had some kind of basis of technical rap skills.
Yeah, he had that's basically what it is. It's just the technical rap skills were there.
And the amount of autotune was also on Moments was just insane. It was way too much. I feel like every other song had autotune.
Again, he's following the what's in pop culture. It's like whatever pop rap is out there, whatever's on the radio. Okay, autotunes. Everybody's doing autotunes, so he's gonna do autotunes too.
Well, I mean, that's in the mindset of the 2010 when it came out.
Right.
Well, moving on to Mansion, what were your initial thoughts there?
Okay, same thing. Mansion a little better. Little less Eminem than Moments, but still, I don't know. It's just a slight progression in the
I
right
think
direction.
Mansion showed he could be really good. He had the potential to be really good, but he still had, I would say, probably 60 to 65% of the songs.
Well,
that were
he
just
had
total misses.
he had the potential in Moments.
I don't think he did. I don't think he showed the potential to be really good. I think he showed the potential to.
I wouldn't say
be
really
average.
good. He showed a potential. It was a potential. His potential is potential.
I
He
mean,
had a potential.
We look at songs like "I'll Keep On," "Wake Up," "Mansion," all those songs that were like really good songs. So it's like, wow, this guy could be really good. But then we have like "Intro," for example, that was just complete garbage.
I mean, it was a okay album by a dude that's trying to find himself, find his own style. He's
Oh yeah, totally.
up and coming person that
I think the
is-
biggest jump between Mansion and Moments was, even though on both he was the Christian rapper, Christian plumber, whatever he says, that whole like he's like a Christian rapper and he uses that in his music. It was so much deeper in Mansion, where Moments where I felt like was just kind of generic, stereotypical Christian rap or Christian music.
Right.
Where Mansion, it was so much more personal, it was so much more emotional, and that really is what
that's
took him to the next level.
That's another thing. He did have before the album, before he was known as NF, he went by Nathan Ferguson.
Yeah, it's his name.
Whatever. I went back and I heard some stuff when
When he
him-
was just Nathan.
yeah, him as Nathan. Okay.
What were we talking about?
I have no idea what I was saying. It's gonna be a bunch of awkward cuts where I'm just like, yeah. So, anyways, Ice Cream is my favorite. Like,
We're talking about like a total different
Yeah,
artist.
yeah.
Like, so 50 Cent in the club was a really good.
all right,
We're just
screw it. Let's just. Okay, so before he was NF, he was Nate Ferguson or whatever his name was. I listened to some of his old stuff as Nate. It was very, very Christian rap. It was Christian rap. Him as Nathan.
as in it was super generic. Is that
No,
what you're saying?
as in what I would say Christian rap is more. What I would define Christian rap is you're rapping about your religion. Okay, not religion. Christian rap is more of like the song is about Christ. It's Christian.
So it was more
Christianity.
consistently Christian rap. Okay, gotcha.
It was, yeah. He was more of a consistent Christian rapper when he was Nathan.
Well, I mean, I think you just have that like bubble of like Christian rappers where he wanted to go beyond that, just because let's be real, there isn't really many good Christian rappers.
There's some decent ones out there. I mean, from what I heard, okay, so when I first listened to like Christian rap, this was back in like 92, maybe 91, early 90s. Horrible. Very cheesy, very
I feel like it's still like that today, honestly. But
No, this was real bad. There was guys that their rap names were like T-Bone and
isn't that a guy from T-Bone from that one group? Bone Thugs and Harmony. Wasn't there a T-Bone there?
I don't think there's a T-Bone, no.
Was there not?
There's Busy Bone.
And I thought there was a T-Bone.
There's no T-Bone, no.
Oh, they're all bone. Oh,
They're all Bone.
yeah, they're all bone. I don't know who I was thinking of then.
There's
Wishbone, Wishbone. Anyways, back on topic.
Yeah, there's a dude called T-Bone. Okay, so when I first heard Christian rap, it was at the height or at the rise of like gangster rap. So that's what everyone was doing. So these Christian rappers try to come out as gangsters, and it was cheesy. It didn't work. I think nowadays.
Take two. Sorry.
So yeah, in the beginning of Christian rap, it was pretty much, at least when I listened to it, it was at the height of.
Sorry.
You
I don't
okay?
know what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm good.
You're right.
Yeah, this is serious.
You need
Let's
to go wipe and then come back. No, good. Okay.
The hell?
So-
I feel uncomfortable now. All right. Well, I mean, I think, anyways, the point here.
No,
is-
okay. So what I'm trying to say, let me get through this. At the
Your
height,
Majesty.
okay. When I listened to Christian rap, when I first heard Christian rap, it was when early '90s when gangster rap was first coming out, or when gangster rap was on the rise. So you had Christian rap that was trying to be gangster. It was just not working. It didn't make any sense. They were trying to be thugs. They were trying to be hard. They were trying to follow what rap was at that time, early 90s. And it was cheesy. Nowadays, I feel like there's some decent Christian rappers out there that have flow, that can go beyond just I have to be this. They can find their own way. They can do their own thing, and it's great. They got decent flow. They got bars. They can spit. They got lyrics. It's just a lot better from what it was in the early.
See that? I've never seen that.
You don't know.
I feel like NF's different in his.
You think NF?
Christian songs, Christian, whatever you want to call it. Like I said in the video when we're talking about the best deep rap song is when
So
he's
you
saying
think?
things.
Okay, would you classify NF as a Christian rapper?
Well, I mean, he doesn't classify himself as a Christian rapper. I mean, he has Christian songs, though, is the point we're making.
Yeah.
Between Christian, he's not a Christian rapper, but he has Christian songs. In between the Christian songs, compared to other Christian songs by Christian rappers, this is far advanced. For example, he's saying things that other people in the Christian genre aren't saying. I kind of brought this up, not between the Christian artists, but
so if you're comparing him to other Christian rappers, then you consider him a Christian rapper. You're saying you're saying in the Christian genre. You're saying he's saying things in the Christian genre that other Christian rappers are not saying. So therefore, he's in the Christian genre.
No, he's not a Christian rapper. He's a Christian. He's a rapper that's a Christian. He made that very clear. That's who he is. It's not all of his songs are Christian songs. Or
Okay,
whatever.
so what genre does he belong in?
Huh? He's just a Christian. He has Christian songs. The songs itself define what it is.
Okay, so don't compare him to other Christian rappers if he's not a Christian rapper.
You can compare his Christian songs to other Christian songs, is what I'm trying to say. And in these Christian songs, he's saying things that are different than what other people are saying. It's not the generic, recycled every time, this, and this. It's saying so many different things, like calling out, for example, in a song, "Oh Lord," I think it was on Therapy Session, if I'm not mistaken. Therapy Session or Perception? Am I thinking of the right song? Yeah. Where he's saying things like, it's easy to blame God, but harder to fix things. And calling out people that are, sleeping inside the church pews and then being like, "Oh, where is God?" And
I mean,
acting
you
like he's
could-
sleeping on you. Stuff like that where it's like, wow, that's like
You could-
super impactful.
you
That's
could-
super deep.
You could rap about God and not be a Christian rapper.
No, exactly. I didn't say he was a Christian rapper, but he does have songs that are Christian songs. If it's about God, Christ, whatever the whole shabil, what? But if it's about if it's about that, then it's a Christian song.
I think he's rapping about Christ, about being a Christian because that's who he is.
Oh no, it's obviously a huge part of his life, and that's
Right.
reflected.
If you're a gangster, that's what you're gonna rap about. If you go to church, that's what you're gonna rap about. I mean, there's a lot of songs that have a lot of rap songs that have Christian gospel influences in them. A lot of songs about
Exactly, yeah,
Jesus,
no.
about God, in many rap songs that are not Christian rap. I would not consider
I don't
Christian
think
rap.
referencing God would make it a Christian song, but when the song is about God, then it makes it a Christian song. I would say, if it's talking about,
I would agree with you. If not only it has to be about God, but I feel like for it to be a Christian song or a Christian rap, if it's a Christian song, it's Christian rap.
yes,
Okay. For it to be that, it has to be what I would say is like praise music. If it's praise music, it's Christian music.
okay. So, what do you think with kind of like how I feel he goes on about it in a lot of the songs, where he's saying example, I'll use "Oh Lord" again, or he's calling out people for sleeping in pews, and then I think he says acting like God's sleeping on you. It's hard to but yeah, like I'm saying, when he's saying like calling people out that are like sleeping in pews, and then he says like, then blame God for our problems, like he's sleeping on you, and then doing things like questioning God, but then like sitting in their comfortable seat on their big screen TV.
Right, that's him. That's him and
And-
his perspective on
What would you consider that? Then is that considered a Christian song? Yes, it's still considered a Christian song because it's about God, even though it's not a
excuse me.
even though it's not a praise song.
I don't consider that a Christian song, no. I consider that a song by a Christian.
Okay.
Or
that's-
a dude with a Christian, or that's just his perspective on Christianity or religion. That doesn't mean that's not like, for it to be a Christian song, it's got to be like you're in church and the band is up there and they play that song because it's a Christian song. That song is never going to be played in a church. It's
No,
not a
no, of
Christian
course
song.
not. But I think it's so much more powerful than a Christian song.
I mean, it could be. It doesn't make. That's fine.
I mean, if we're looking for like change, then that's the song that's a lot more powerful.
I'm always looking for change. I usually
Yeah.
find it in the ashtray in my car.
All right.
So, anyways,
So moving on, are you anything else you want to say about the moments, or not the moments? Excuse me, about the Mansion album?
no, it was just a whatever album.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think the final thing is it shows potential, like I said before.
Okay, there was a progressive. There was a progression of each album showed a little more potential, a little more growth, a little more. I'm not Eminem. I'm gonna try and be myself and find myself. Each album showed that.
Yeah, no, I would definitely think that. And I think even in therapy session, it was even more amplified with some crazy.
There was, but I was more distracted by just the disappointment of, okay, so I'm hearing a song and I'm like, all right, this is a decent song. He starts to rap, I'm feeling it, and then all of a sudden, Eminem just comes out of him.
I don't see that at all. Honestly,
It's as if he gets possessed by Eminem, and Eminem jumps in his body, and he becomes Eminem and starts rapping. Like he'll have a few bars where it's like, that's Eminem.
I mean, I didn't even notice, honestly. So I would think it's so low key where it's.
I mean,
not,
it was distracting for me so much so that I didn't enjoy any of the albums.
And you didn't enjoy any of them.
No. Let's move on to Perception. I did not enjoy Perception at all.
Just want to gloss over therapy session like that.
Therapy Session. Oh, we still got one more album. Okay.
Therapy
okay.
Session. Yeah, I was trying
Therapy
to bring up-
Session. Therapy Session. Same thing. A little better than Mansion.
It
But-
definitely got better and better and better.
Yeah,
I think this is where we start seeing like the hype song he has not be so corny and so cheesy, and they actually carry their own weight, where it's not just the super deep songs that are really the only good songs. Honestly,
Okay,
Like,
that's
intro 2 was really good comparing it to intro 1. It blows it away. Intro 1
that's
was
a
just
good
corny.
point. That's a good point.
He thinks he's like super like BA on it, but he's just
That's actually a good point. I see him also going away from I don't have to be so sentimental in my rap all the time, which is something that I feel
I
like
don't think it's that. I think he just gets better when he's not sentimental, and that's why you notice it more.
yeah, but his first album was far more sentimental.
Yeah.
The moments
I would say so.
it was just too much. There's one thing I don't like about the certain way that certain genres of rap is going, where it's just all straight sentimental garbage that's all about feelings, and people are putting out what's that one dude, what is his name, Fora. It's just so sentimental.
Why do you always hating on Fora?
The
man?
dude's like,
why you always
the dude
hating
is
on
like
Fora?
crying through his whole album. I'm like, dude, get over yourself. Life is not that bad. Have some fun. How about you rap about having fun? That's what it's about. It's about having fun. Don't be like crying all the time. Like, I don't feel sorry for you.
I mean, I think it's the impact that you can have on people that you're just totally disregarding. I mean, like, okay,
No,
the
I
song-
can totally appreciate any rapper coming out with a sentimental song and pouring his heart out. And I'm like, that's,
Yeah, I mean, I think
that's
we can
dope.
like even see that in like "How Could You Leave Us?" Like that song's super deep, super. I mean, obviously, hits super home for a lot of people.
And that's fine. But when you're putting out an entire album like that is just all
I'm referring
crying,
to Fora.
referring back to
Yeah.
Fora or any rapper that does that, which I feel like a lot of
That's awkward.
a lot of modern rappers now are just crybabies, and it's just is ridiculous, and I don't like it. They're crybabies, and they're doing it over auto tunes. It's retarded.
You gotta throw in the word retarded at least once every single video,
Yeah,
even if it's just like forced. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I do see where you're coming from, where you can't listen to a whole album like that. I feel like Fora could stand towards that a little bit. I don't mind it personally, but I can see how you would feel that that's a little off-putting, if you will.
yeah. It's like, are you? A
But
dude
NF
or are
doesn't
you
do that
a-
in Therapy Session or any other album. I wouldn't say he would here. He does.
right.
He's not overly emotional. all of them.
Okay, you're right. So that I like that he's like, all right, I don't have to be over emotional. I can sing about being angry. I can be more diverse. I can have a few songs in there, a few tracks that are happy, a few that are angry, a few that
Yeah,
are,
exactly. Like his first track is like, a hype track. It's a little more upbeat. Then he goes into Therapy Session, who's a little more mellow, a little more, angry almost. I Just Want to Know is a more I want to know, just kind of. It's the wrong song, isn't it? That might be the wrong song.
doesn't matter.
I think he has another song called No on Perception. I was just singing. But regardless, that's a little more of a, it goes up and down. He mixes it up a lot, which I do agree is probably the ideal approach to it.
Right.
But definitely better than the other two Moments and Mansion albums, I will say.
So pretty much we agree that he has progressed. Perception is the hit today right now his best album.
Oh, clearly. Therapy Session still had a few songs that you kind of just gloss over. But transitioning into Perception, it was just like hit, 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 hit. It was like watching Ninja play Fortnite. It was just hit on hit on hit on hit.
No, I mean Perception is it's his best album, but
It's like watching Ray Rice out of an elevator. Hit and hit. And hit.
right. But it's not it's an okay album for an okay rapper that's still trying to find his place in hip hop. I feel like he's still trying to find his style. He's still trying to find his place. I feel like he's still lost. not every white rapper has to sound the same. Not every white rapper has to sound like Eminem.
Well, I mean, I don't think he does it all, honestly. I mean, we can even look at it. Okay, I want to get into this point really quick before we wrap this up, since we are in the last album. I think one of the best parts is how he personifies his use of personification, especially you see it in Intro 3, where he's talking and he's interacting with his fear or whatever, and, you know, obviously digs his grave and that whole story there. I think that just shows a big creative leap over all of his other things, where it's emotion, but now it's emotion on top of creativity. I would compare it to Mansion and his, obviously, the album Mansion,
Right.
where he's talking about his fear and he doesn't want to leave his fear, but he's trying to leave his fear, but he does it in such a more creative way in Intro 3, and that's what makes it a really good song. Like, I really enjoy that song.
I mean, that's definitely a good thing. That's definitely a positive if you're fishing for positives. But overall, you're fishing for you're just.
Tell me one thing bad about this album.
He still occasionally sounds like Eminem. Number one, I can tell you 10 bad things.
Just give me something besides Eminem that's not
Okay.
there whatsoever.
I feel like, and I think I mentioned this earlier in the video. He's progressing, but he's getting into this rap style that every other rapper has. So it's like it's still nothing new and nothing fresh. It's still like, okay, you're sounding like every other rapper in 2010 to 2018.
I mean, I don't think he would have like a super unique sound, like you can say.
Okay,
I'm
so
sure you would agree.
so what's gonna set him apart? He can't.
I will tell you that. So I don't think he has a super unique sound. Like, for example, I'm sure you would agree, like Tyler the Creator has. That's why you're such a big fan of him.
Tyler Creator, super unique guy.
Super unique sound.
Any rapper. When Dr. Dre came out, he was super unique. When Snoop Dogg, when I heard Snoop Dogg, it blew my mind. I was like, I've never heard someone rap like that, just so laid back, so cool, and just be able to just spit like that. When Biggie came out, his technique, it was unique. Nobody was spitting like that.
Even though the song sucked, the song by I Lost My Wallet in El Segundo by Tribe Called Quest.
I don't know. You keep bringing that up.
I have to do it.
That's a dope song.
But anyways,
I know
getting
it's
back to
wrong with you.
Perception. So what sets him apart? What sets NF apart from the other rappers besides, obviously, he's a better Christian rapper in his Christian songs? Or
He's not a Christian rapper.
He has Christian songs, though, but
I
not the point.
consider him to
We're
be,
nitpicking here.
I consider him to be a positive rapper. There's a lot of rappers out there that are Christians, but they're rapping what I would consider positive rap.
I mean, positive rap sometimes,
And
yes, but I mean, he could be aggressive. He can call people out. For example, I'll move on to Remember This, for example. This is a song where he just has bar after bar after bar of just like deep hitting stuff. And that isn't alive in the rap game today. You don't see that on mainstream
like
rap
what?
today. Like what? I have my tattoo is an NF quote where he said, not handouts for lazy people. If money's where you find happiness, you'll always be poor. He starts it out by saying, handouts create lazy people I'm not impressed with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's just so many bar after bar after bar of just hitting.
I mean, okay.
That's completely different than what's happening in today's rap game.
I don't think so. I think there's dudes that were far more creative and have far more greater bars and things that are just more mind blowing and more mind boggling and whatever, that are more lyrical geniuses or whatever you want to call it. Like far more. I think. I mean, I can see the appeal that you have of him and his style or whatever and all of that, but it's just not. It's not unique. He's not someone that's standing out. He has a potential to be a good rapper, but he doesn't have a potential to be a great rapper.
I think he definitely does, and I think he's
not
definitely
an
moving
all-star.
towards that. I think
No,
he's definitely moving
he's-
towards the top of the game right now.
He's not gonna be. He's not an all-star. He's like a rookie right now. That's at the end of his rookie season, where he's like, all right, this guy's got something. This guy could be something, but he's not gonna be an all-star. You know he's not gonna be an all-star. He's not gonna be a LeBron James. He's not gonna be a Kobe. Kobe, yeah, he's gonna be a Garnett maybe. Garnett was still all-star. He just doesn't have the potential to be super great.
I mean,
He's
I
not gonna be
look
a-
at
he's
this
not gonna be
album
a
as a
legend.
whole. You know, like what I said before, where he has songs where he has these killer lines, super creative personification. Another creative example.
So his writing might be creative.
That's a big part of rap. Yes, that is
Yeah.
a very big part of
Yeah,
rap.
his writing might be creative. Okay, but rap is not just about the writing. It's also your presentation. It's also about how you present that writing. How you if you want to say rap is poetry, so the writing is the poetry and the actual rapping, the actual presentation is you reading that poetry and how you present that, the performance of
I mean,
it.
I think he definitely has many times where he goes into a really sick flow. For example, in Destiny, he does it. I think Green Lights is a pretty.
I feel like it's just a flow that I've heard before.
I mean, not everyone's
I'm
gonna
not
be.
I'm not super impressed by him at all.
I mean, I think it's just the thing is you value someone sounding so different. That's why you're so attracted to like Tyler the Creator, like I was saying before, and Chance the Rapper, like I was saying before.
Chance the Rapper has got a unique voice, a unique
I
flow.
value more what they say and how impactful that can be. It doesn't mean it has to be super deep, but things where I hear it and I'm like, whoa. For example, when it's like actions speak louder than words, it's pretty quiet, isn't it?
But it's not like lyrical genius level. It's clever.
Oh no, it definitely is. There's no doubting that it's clever. There's no way you're convinced me that it's not clever. But I just think that the fact that how he writes and what he does in his writing puts him automatically above so many other rappers in the game right now. On top of it, he has a good flow. I think his beats are getting a lot better.
Right.
I wouldn't say they're great, especially in the earlier albums, but I think, for example, like the song "You're Special" and "Perception" has a really good beat. But yeah, I think he's reaching the top. To be honest, I think he's be reaching one of the top.
My bottom line on this guy is, if he comes out with another album, I'm gonna hear it because it just interests me to see where he goes with it. If he's gonna be better than the last, or if he showed where he's getting better. So I'm definitely gonna listen to it. Definitely gonna be interested in his rap career and see where he goes with it. I don't think he's definitely not the best either Christian rapper or positive rapper that I've heard. I've heard guys way better than him. Guys like Mars Ill, L.A. Symphony, Pigeon John, just guys that have been
Pigeon John?
Pigeon John. You've never heard of Pigeon?
It's just the name. Sorry, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Dudes that have been doing it for a long time.
Pigeon John.
Pigeon John. Pigeon John. Super unique. He had that singing flow before anyone else. Just guys that are super unique and just been guys that what's the other guy? Red Cloud is another dude. Guys that sound different. They're doing their own thing and they're just better. These guys have been doing it for a long time. These are guys that are Christians and they're rappers, but they're not Christian rappers, and they sing a lot of positive rap, no curse words, things like that. Just more of a positive rap.
I think I just enjoy how it's not like a preachy generic rap that
Right.
NF does.
And all those
but
and all those guys that I've mentioned they're not preachy.
Oh right, no,
in their
yeah, I'm
rap.
not touching on whether they are or not. They're not. But just looking at NF, that's how I feel, and that's why I feel like he elevates himself over a lot of other Christian rappers. But anyways, so I guess kind of like to wrap this up, out of 10, starting on moments, and we'll go up, how would you rate the album, starting with Moments?
I mean, it's compared to what? What are we comparing this to?
Just what your personal standard.
My personal standard? Okay, Moments. Let me go to these. Moments, 1 out of 10, I'd give it a 2.
I was gonna say 2 as well.
Yeah,
All right, Mansion.
2.5.
I think I'd go with a 4 there, honestly. Just like how I was saying before, the potential he shows there, even though most of the tracks suck. Let's just be
Most of the
honest.
tracks is super big. It's
I
gonna be.
don't
It's
talk like
gonna
that.
be bigly.
Who are you even doing an impression of? That's definitely not me.
That's the president. What's his name?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. You sounded like Donald Trump there for a minute.
Anyways, I'll watch it back and I'll judge
Okay.
that. But anyways, therapy session.
Okay. Therapy session, I'll say maybe a 4. No, not even a 3. I'll put that at a 3.
A 3.
Yeah.
Really? I just feel like that's where he like kind of came out of his shell, dropped every aspect of the Eminem thing, and really just took his own. Honestly, even though there was a few songs that were just kind of like boring.
I mean, it was
boring. Honestly,
Yeah. I mean,
I would put it at like a 6.
I would say between moments and Mansion, it was just slightly better, and then between Mansion and Therapy Session, it was far more better, but not that much more. And this-
Perception.
Perception, his best album, maybe a 4.5, and that's being generous.
4.5.
4.5. It's just
10.
not. It's just a 10.
That's a 10. There's no bad songs in there. There's so many songs. Like
I just feel like okay, the dude has potential, and I think okay, maybe he can come out with an album that's a 10. I'm not saying that he can't. I'm not saying he sucks. Maybe
of course not.
maybe
He's-
I'm being super hard on him.
I think you are being a little harsh, honestly, especially on the later albums, because I feel like they do elevate himself to a high pedestal.
And-
I think
and-
the point why I give it a 10 is there's no bad songs in here. You have the really good songs like Remember This, You're Special, Let You Down, obviously. You hear them on the radio all the time.
His lyrics are good. I'll give you that. He's got good lyrics, but just his presentation is not
Destiny, My Life.
up to par to my standards.
All right, well, any last comments on NFS in general?
I'm still interested in him. Like I said, if his other albums come out, I'm gonna definitely give it a listen and see where he goes with it. I think he just needs to listen. NF, if you're watching this video, if you ever watch this video, I think you need to find your own style. Okay, don't worry about what any other rapper's doing in the rap game right now. Find your own style. Be unique. You're obviously doing this positive. I'm a Christian rap style, which is unique and going against the grain. Continue down that path. Go against the grain. Don't do what everyone else is doing. Don't try not to be as influenced by who you listen to, other rappers, the trends. Don't worry about that. Just do your own thing. Be unique. Let this be your art form, and take it to a place that no other rapper is taking it to. Not just your lyrics. You got good lyrics. You're a decent writer, but you got to. You just got to be a better rapper. It's just got to be a better presentation. It's just got to be. It's got to be super unique for you to take it to that next level of. Okay, any.
I feel really motivated now. Like, that was really good. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like pumped up, like, even though they
I'm
had
trying
nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I'm trying to motivate you because I like what you're doing. The bottom line is, okay,
Well, you like
I'm
what he's
hard,
doing, but
I'm
his
hard
best,
on the
you
guy,
give him
but
4.5 is his best album.
yes, because I think he could be so much better. I like NF. I like what you're doing. I really like what you're doing. I really like the positiveness in this world that we live in. It's refreshing, as refreshing.
Now, I
as
would
the
like to
soda.
say something real quick. Where you said it's not all about the lyrics. However, your favorite album of 2017 was Open Mike Eagle album. I thought that was kind of funny and ironic.
Super lyrical. It's not all about the lyrics. No,
But was like his
lyrics
main...
in writing is half of it, and presentation is the other half. Open Mike Eagle, the way he does it again. It's unique. Nobody raps like him.
That's true. I will give you
He's unique. The other part of it is well, I said half and half as a whole. So another
that. Yeah,
another,
you're kind of like trapped in now, buddy. Like,
yeah, another small. I don't know. That would be as far as just a rapper. But if you're talking about hip hop music, a rap song, another part of it would be the beats. If it's a decent beat.
oh yeah, no, there's definitely you can't put a number on percentage of how
Right.
important it is. Obviously,
But you got to have a decent beat. But I just feel like lyrics and presentation are
lacking in NF is what you would say.
no lyrics and presentation are far more important than
Oh,
a beat.
okay, got what you're
You
saying.
can have someone like Jay-Z. You can give him a whack beat and he'll just rip it because he's so good.
Well, final thing I'll kind of say on NF. I wasn't really interested in him. Therapy session. I listened to it. It was okay. I'm still not. I wouldn't consider myself a fan in that moment. I remember when Perception dropped. I listened to it. I think it was like 3 days later, and I was absolutely just blown away about how amazing this album was. I'm super interested to see what he's going to do beyond this, considering he's only been going up and up and up with each album. I think we can both agree on
Right,
that. That's
yeah.
pretty. That's pretty clear.
Yes.
So I'm really excited to see what he'll do in the future. Perception made me a fan of his. Before then, I don't think it was. I would agree with you in the majority of everything before Perception, honestly.
Yeah, maybe maybe the first album's kind of ruined it for me, and I just kind of have that bad taste in my mouth. Maybe if I just heard his last album, I'd be more feeling his stuff. But I don't know. It's just not. It's not good enough. I'll put it this way. A lot of I can't drink. I don't know what this is. Just
It's your second can.
yeah, but I know it's my second can, but this gives you cancer. I'm not gonna mention the brand name just in case you want to sponsor us one day. But for now, it gives you cancer. But anyways,
Yeah, what we're trying to say is we're complete sellouts. Anybody,
yeah,
shake weights, like we'll sponsor.
no, that's where I draw the line. Maybe the Thigh Master. But,
the personal sauna, like just.
oh yeah,
Oh god. That's the only thing we-
Bowflex. Bowflex is a good one.
Nah, that's I don't hate on that one, honestly.
I mean, with these arms. Yeah,
Yeah,
anyways.
you need it. Anyways. But yeah, anyways, kind of wrapping this up, guys. Just let us know what you think about NF. Are you a fan? What albums do you think stood out to you? That's it for us. We're checking out.
Catch you on the next one.